probably had quite a frustrating days at the office, but this would be right up there, I'd imagine.
No, not really, mate. It's just another day at the office. It's, we did a lot right in the game and had a horror 30 minutes. So that, Bulldogs kicked 5 goals in 3 quarters and 8 and 1. We just had a really bad period of play where we couldn't get the ball, and to their credit, they were able to go forward and score. It's an interesting psychology when you can't play finals, like the Bulldogs can't play finals, that, we're 5 goals down at half-time. Let's just roll the dice. But they won the ball in the contest and we couldn't get our hands on it. We couldn't defend them when they won it.
What do you think the reason for that was? The fact that they had so much of the ball and you...
Because they won it in the contest.
Was it intensity? Was it the structure? Was it...
You mean, did they play one more on the field than us? No, they just won the ball.
How disappointing, I guess, that you weren't able to counter that, given what's on the line for you?
Yeah, it's important because there's nothing on the line for them. But, our message has been clear and consistent. If you think back to the start of the year, probably where we started the year, it was, we're looking to improve and be a competitive team. And I think that, not that I get too caught up in where people think you are in the scheme of things. We've brought some players on that have been revelations in a way, but our focus is on trying to become a really good team. We understand the stakes of the stage of the year, but to look back and just think, oh gee, what could have been, is not really what we want to do. We want to focus on becoming a really good team that's competitive against the better teams in the competition, and we're still not there yet. Now, even if we'd won that game by 7 points, we're still not there yet. So in that sense, not much changes.
If they loosened up a bit, do you think perhaps your guys tightened up a bit?
I didn't detect that. Certainly we're a bit stagnant with our ball use. Really I thought in the first half Bulldogs had their opportunities, they missed a couple, but really they looked most dangerous off our turnover. So, maybe our guys are thinking a bit too concerned about turning the ball over and what might happen on the back of that. But that's what we'll continue to work on, and that's just what we've got to keep doing. And again, it gets back to, we want to be a good team. We're not quite there yet, regardless of the result today.
You want to look at the final permutations and think you can still make it? I mean, obviously you'd love to play finals if you could.
As opposed to not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you still play finals, you think, or...?
I don't know. Depends on other results, doesn't it? I mean, you guys, I promise you, you spend so much more time on that than I do. I don't even look at it. And I'm aware because it gets through via osmosis, but I don't sit down there with a ladder predictor. We just work really hard on trying to become a good team.
How far off is that, do you think, going on what you've said?
Yeah, I think the really good teams do it consistently, and we've shown really good patches, but really good teams don't have... the third quarter, it's 10 scoring shots to 7. They just kicked, 8-2. So... they took their chances and we were unable to defend it. But I think if you look at the course of the game, they kicked 5 goals for the rest of the game. We defended okay. The challenge is to defend it better across the course of the game and consistently. And good teams don't concede periods of play like we did today in the third quarter.
They've ended up with just over 100 more possessions. I mean, was that... I guess more a function of just the way that they were playing, or was that obviously a bad sort of result for yourself in that sense?
Yeah, we wanted to win more of the ball. Yep.
Most of those 100 more they had were uncontested. Is that a result of not winning it on the inside enough and in crucial areas? Or?
No, I thought they did well to win the ball on the inside and then control it. And when they were, but that's the style of footy they play is when they're playing well, that's what they do. That wasn't new to us. And our defenders are a bit off, and but it didn't hurt us in the first half.
Did you feel like you had the game sufficiently in your control in that first half? I mean, it only really sort of broke open in the last 10 or 15 minutes of that second quarter.
No, I thought they had their chances too.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were playing overly great footy, particularly in the first quarter. They missed a few shots, we missed a few shots. It was a pretty sort of a dour type game, but they looked out on their feet in the second quarter. We looked like we were on a roll, and the roles completely reversed in the third. So sometimes those games that are a bit, you're just sort of feeling each other out, they threatened to break open at some point. And we certainly weren't complacent at half time by any stretch of the imagination. We were well aware of what they were going to try and do, and they did it, and we didn't stop it. So that's disappointing, because we didn't get beaten by something that surprised us.
It's still in your own hands to a reasonable degree. Do you feel like you've seen enough this year to give you confidence you can do some damage if you do make the finals?
I think anyone can. I think, is there probably, I don't know, was there 10 or so teams who can play finals, maybe 11?
Yeah.
I think they can all do damage. And the finals system's set up that way now that there are not too many teams who, and even if they are limping to the line a little bit, they get a week off to rejuvenate and have a crack at it. And I think all the teams, the results are showing that. I think those 10 teams can be pretty dangerous against anyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.